Now we see about lazy loading of train component in Nest.js. So this lazy loading method will work for train components only. So we have two options, that is dynamic imports which Nest.js provide from nest/dynamic, and we already know this react.lazy when you already learn React with suspense. So this is we not see now. So this is, you can refer the React documentation. So for now we see dynamic imports. So we need to import dynamic from nest/dynamic, and these are client components. So they are wrapping the dynamic and using the dynamic import type, and they are importing the client components. So these are client components, and finally they are using the components in the return, and this will load immediately but in a separate client bundle, and this will load on demand only when the condition is true, and finally this will load only on client side because this dynamic has a object of SSR false. This what SSR means, this is server side rendering. So we don't have any option in React Lazy like SSR, but in dynamic we have the option of SSR to false. So what this means, when using React Lazy and Suspense, client components will be pre-rendered by default, but this pre-rendering can be cancelled when we are using dynamic and set to SSR to false. So this is they are mentioning, and when we import a server component by dynamic, then only the children or any nested client components will be lazy loaded, not the server component. And we can use the import to load external scripts. So they load the fuse.js, and this import will return a promise, so they used await, and finally they imported by default, and they are importing external libraries. So we can add a custom loading to our imports, like we are in React Lazy we use suspense. So now we use a object, and inside we have loading, and the loading as a function, and it will return the loading statement, that is we use loading. So by passing this loading object, we show a loading state for our component, and we are importing only named components, named exports, but we are importing only default exports. So how we can import named exports? Then we need to dot then, and we need to make this as a default one. So this is a client component, because we can use only client components here, because client components only lazy loading work, and they are using the dynamic, and this is a dynamic import, and but this is a named export, it is not default one. So we need to convert the named export to default by this dot then, and inside the module we need to use module dot the name of our component, that is allow. By using this we can convert the named export to default export in the import itself. So this is lazy loading. So this is simple concept only, and the another one I want to show you is third party libraries. So Nest.js provides many third party libraries, so you can install and start using third party libraries. So there are many third party libraries, that is Doodle Tag Manager, Doodle Analytics, YouTube Embed, Doodle Maps, all things are available. You can refer the particular library for all things. And another one useful one is static export. So what the static export means, when we are building our production bundle, like npm run build you see under our .nest folder there are both server and client side components and server and client side rendering materials. But when we use nest config output export and we are building our folder, building our production bundle, means we get a out folder. So this out folder have only static exports, so static assets. So this out folder does not support server components, that is server functions. So we just normally build our application, and you can see many things are like this symbol refers to static, all things. So for now my application is only lightweight, I did not put any server functions. But if you do, means then you get many things and you can just read out, means you can understand what are the things they mentioned. So now the .next as our full build bundle. So but we need only static, means then we need to configure this in nest config. So I just go to nest config and I just use this output. Now again I build the bundle. Now we get only static assets under the folder of, inside the folder out folder. So you can see the out folder thumb. So now the building is happened. Now it's finished. So you can see our static assets like HTML and the images, the static things only come in out folder. So this is static export. So server functions are not supported and server things are not supported in static exports. So that's all about the three things, that is lazy loading and the third party library and static exports.